All right, so we've all heard of psychic mediums who can maybe foresee the future or contact relatives who have passed, but what about one who can determine your original blueprint? That includes past lives, like the start of your soul.
Very fascinating. We're happy to be joined by Renee Furbush, who specializes in just this. Renee, welcome here to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So explain to our viewers a little bit about your talent.
Okay. So I've been a psychic my whole life, and I used to do regular readings, and the regular readings would be, you know, am I going to get married? Am I going to have this? And I ended up getting sick a couple of years ago. I was sick for 4 years, and I almost died. And I'm now alive.
Okay, good.
And in my recovery, I started to have more and more, in the recovery, I started to get more information from my guides telling me how to heal.
Okay.
And I have ankylosing spondylitis, which is a disease of the spine. And I had liver and kidney failure. And as I was healing, I was not healing from the doctors, I was healing from the guides.
Wow.
So I was getting a lot of information. Well, my clients heard that I was doing better, and they were like, will you do readings for us? And I said, yeah, sure. Come over. I'm like, I haven't done any in 4 years, so let's see what happens. And when I did this client's reading, I just started talking about a lot of events that happened in her childhood that, you know, there's no way I could have known. They were very traumatic for her. And then I also started tapping into stuff that happened in past lives that were still affecting her today. And then from that one reading became 8, and from that 8 became 32, and it just started spreading. Well, the more I did it, the more I was accessing more and more information about the client. So say I have a client, I have a client who had lost his wife and his son in this life. And he's been to many psychics and mediums, and you know, they contacted the son and the wife.
Sure.
Well, I work through the client's energy. So it's not I don't go directly to the spirit. I go directly through the client and contact the spirit.
Okay.
The spirit is the guide of the information. So what we found out is they had many lives of this same tragedy.
Wow. Which is fascinating, because you're saying that you can kind of get in touch and tell the story of past lives. So say for Teresa and I, or maybe you at home, you can actually access maybe who you were in a previous life, or what happened to you. So say you had a client who unfortunately had, according to you and them, had drowned in a past life, hence why they're afraid of water now.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Wow.
And also, the other thing, say people who have eating disorders, or they have trouble with food, or maybe they have a connection with food that they can't break. What I found is I've had clients in past lives that have been starved.
Oh, wow.
Like, so I had a lady who was Muslim in a past life in another country, and the husband, in their religion, or whatever it was back, this is barbaric times, so this is like, it was the 1700s, she was not allowed to have food.
Oh.
Wow, so that affects you today. So your past lives affect your current life. And you could do some sort of soul realignment?
Yes. So it's really healing work. So I am giving the client a lot of information. And it's not just about past lives. I do whatever in this life has caused trauma and is holding them back from their path in this life. That is very important. So that has to come forward.
Sure.
So by them seeing the choices that they made in past lives and seeing the choices that they've made in this life, they will be able to recognize it and clear it. But there are some energy techniques that we do together to help clear that, so that pattern's broken.
Oh.
I see.
Well, it's really interesting, and we invite you guys at home to check out Renee's website. It's soulsjourney.com. You can learn a little bit more information there. It's really fascinating stuff, and clearly a different approach from a lot of different options out there.
Yes.
So we'll have to...
Just the tip of the iceberg there, right?
I
have so many questions, but we'll talk after. But Renee, thank you so much for being here and sharing your talent with our viewers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Renee.
Up next.